In this clip we aim to illustrate how to set up a landing using the bottom landing field beyond the wildlife park. This particular field you can't see from takeoff, but I've put an arrow there, and once you're in the air you can spot it quite easily. But it is a reasonable gliding distance from the hill, so if you find yourself very low on the hill, perhaps less than halfway down, then you're not likely to make it this field, so you have to take another option to land out in front of the hill. But if you leave the hill early enough, it's an interesting glide along. Generally speaking, the wind is nearly always blowing in one direction, and that's away from us at the moment. But it's a good idea to check out a field before you're landing it if you can, and maybe put a tether or a windsock out to indicate what the wind is doing. But you can always assess the wind direction when you get there, as long as you've got sufficient height to do so. We've left the hill because we couldn't stay up, so we've made a decision early enough to get to the field, and you can see from the perspective that we're making the field quite easily. We're just following the main road along with the plantation on the hillside to our right and the field to our left. It's always easier to turn away from the hill than it is to turn towards it. I'm checking the perspective now using the difference between the far boundary of the field, the downwind boundary, and some buildings beyond the next field, and it's fairly obvious the way things are shaping up. We're going to make the downwind boundary, and quite quickly with the tailwind we've got. Now turning to the left, checking the space is clear, and just staying within the field, so at any time I can turn into the field. And I've checked out along the field, make sure it's clear, there's no livestock. I'm turning before I fly out of the field. There's some quite large bushes on the boundary there, so I don't want to cross those low. I'm still a little too high from where I intend to land, so I've gone across the base again, and now adjusting the track across the field towards the centre, just levelling out now, and then we'll be going into the flare.
Here we go. Turn round. Which way is it going to go? It's going to go left, so we're going to turn that way.